Hello, bookish friends. I'm Gail, the fiction bookworm. I'm glad you have joined me again today to talk about my September TBR plans. And we're going to play a little game I'm going to call This Book or That Book, where you get to help me pick my TBR. So let's get started. So on my TBR for this month, I have a couple of books from September that I didn't quite finish, partially because I was sick and I read a little bit less than usual while I was resting. So I have some catching up to do, as well as a bunch of new books. So because I am a little bit of a NetGalley glutton for punishment, I have a couple of NetGalley books on my list for this month. The first one is Bringing Down the Duke, which I didn't finish, even though it came out on September 3rd. It was a slow going for me at first, but I'm about halfway through and enjoying it. So I'm going to be finishing that one. I also have The Secret Wife of Aaron Burr, which is a historical fiction, you know, kind of Hamilton adjacent. I actually haven't seen Hamilton yet, but it's about Aaron Burr and a secret family that he had. It's a fairly long book, so that's one that I'm not quite sure I'm going to get through, but we'll see. I also have one by Jasmine Guillory, which is Royal Holiday. It's a Christmas book, and I think it is adjacent to her series that she has, so which I've read the first two books, but not the third. So we'll see if I get all of those done this month or not, but those are on my plans. Additionally, I have a couple of book club books that are on my list. The first one is The Night Olivia Fell, which is, I think, a suspense novel about a woman whose daughter goes missing, and it's the story of what happened to her when she went missing, but also her mother is telling half the story and her fears of her daughter being gone. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. Another book club that I am in that's an online book club is called Before We Were Strangers. I think this is a little bit more of a romance, and it is about a couple that met when they were in school, but then were just friends, and I think they get together a little bit later. So I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. This is from an online book club that I'm in called Peanut Butter Talking About Books. And I actually won this book this month, so I'm pretty excited to read it and be a part of the book discussion online. When it comes to the rest of my TBR, those two I have to read because of my book club, but for the rest of my TBR, my goal for this month to work on my TBR list is to read one book from my past TBR shelf, these shelves behind me. One book that I acquired in August. You can see my August acquisitions list is quite long. I went a little overboard on buying the books last month. So I need to read at least one book that I acquired last month. And then also I am going to read one new book / or library book that I want to read. So let's play This or That. So when it comes to my August acquisitions, I have two books here. So the first one that I acquired in August is Ruth Ware's The Turn of the Key. So everybody, it seems like, is reading this book right now. I'm really excited to read it. I don't know a lot about it other than it's sort of a play on The Turn of the Screw, and it's epistolatory, which I'm really excited about, and it's set in Scotland, which I'm also excited about. So should I read this book, or I had a book haul from Book Outlet, and I got The Forgotten Room, which is by the three W's, Willig, White, and Williams. Willig, White, and Williams. And I have read, these three ladies have co-written this book, and they've co-written another one called The Glass Ocean that I read last year that I really loved. I have not read this one yet, but I'm really excited to. And it is basically 3 stories set around war, I think World War I and World War II, in the same building. And so each author wrote one of the 3 stories that are kind of told in sort of a dual timeline or maybe a triple timeline. And they are very secretive about who wrote which story. So part of the mystery of the novel is trying to figure out which author wrote which story. So I'm really excited about this one too. So which should I read? The Turn of the Key or The Forgotten Room? So you can vote down below in the comments. Okay, so from my bookshelf list, I have 2 books here. Neither one of them I've had very long. I purchased them both this summer, but I haven't read them yet. So the first one is The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. And I've read the first 2, as I said. I have not read this one, and I think that the Royal Wedding, which I have from NetGalley, is maybe adjacent to this book, not part of the series, but sort of connected to it. So I really think I probably should read this one. I liked The Wedding Date, which was the first book in this series. I like The Proposal even better. So then the other book that I've been debating about reading that I got this summer that I'm really excited about is a modern day Pride and Prejudice called Aisha at Last, and this is by Uzma Jalaluddin. I'm sorry I said your name wrong. But I'm really excited about this one, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. I've heard good things about it. And I love Jane Austen. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love retellings of it in a more modern setting, even though I do read a lot of historical fiction. So my question for you is, which book should I read? This book or that book? So let me know in the comments below which book I should read. So the last category in my this book or that book is either a brand new book from this month, September, or a library book that I've been holding on to. So my library book that I have here that I just need to return pretty soon is called With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, and this book is a YA book, and it's gotten quite a lot of acclaim. I'm really excited to read this because she visited where I work in the spring before this book was published, when she just had her book of poetry published. And I've heard a lot of great things about this and about the food that's in the story, so I'm really excited about that. The other book is also a YA book, which is a little bit out of my normal genre, which I'm excited about reading out of my genre. And this is actually a booktuber recommendation that I saw recently, and I was so excited about it that I just went ahead and bought it. And this book just came out this week. It's called The Serpent and the Dove, and it's a story of a witch who leaves her coven and ends up somehow married to a witch hunter who doesn't know she's a witch. And I've just heard some booktubers raving about this book, so I'm really excited about reading it. So which one should I read in the YA brand new library category? This book, With the Fire on High, or this book, The Serpent and the Dove? So if you would please vote in the comments below, and you can help me decide which of the 3 categories I should read from, because I don't think I can read them all. I would love to be one of these booktubers who reads like 12 books a month, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to be me. So I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse into my TBR, and you can help me make some choices. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.